I'm going to attempt to win a race starting from dead last, and I'm in way over my head on this one. A few people from my work have decided to go karting for a fun trip out, and I've been invited down, with most of them unaware that I've actually been karting for a few years now. So we're up at Teamsport Coventry, and our session consists of a 15-minute qualifying followed by a 15-minute grid start race. However, I decided instead of taking an easy victory, I would try and attempt to win the race starting from the very back of the field. But would 15 minutes be enough time to get through all the back markers, and can I take home the gold? Well, there's only one way to find out. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video where today you'll see we're at Teamsport Coventry for a bit more of a less serious race than normal. As I said in the intro, where I work they've all decided to go karting, and I've been invited to tag along, with most of them not knowing that actually I do karting as a hobby. You'll see that I'm in the NPC clothes and shoes, and I've not got a big GoPro on my head to, basically have an antenna on my head, so I've just got the cam box in to film what happens. And of course we're here for an exclusive GP event, so it's just a 15-minute qualifying followed by a 15-minute race. So we're going to jump out to qualifying and just get a grasp to see the skill level that's currently out on the track. And after a couple of laps we're finally into green flag racing as we overtake the car on the right hand side. I'm going to add this little overtake counter on the bottom left corner just to see how many overtakes we can get in this session. And like I say, because I'm pretty much the only person here who actually does karting as a hobby, I'm not expected anyone else really to be on the same level as me. So I'm pretty confident we get pole, but it's just how can we manoeuvre past everyone, as this for me is basically going to be a public session just with people that I actually know. So we're going to get to this big group of karts then, as we have to narrowly avoid kart 2 then, showing the reaction times. And a lot of these karts are going to go side by side here. The biggest thing here is just to sort of see which kart is going quicker through where, so I can sort of manoeuvre past everyone as quickly as I can. As we get to the first red flag of the session, as I get a nice little punt from behind. And not long after then we're straight back into green flag racing. And you'll notice kart 2 is once again back in front of me, and it's going to squeeze me there on the right hand side. Obviously because these are first timers to go karting, not many of the flag rules do get obeyed, as you'll notice in, say, this qualifying session and especially in the race as well. But we're going to skip forward another couple of laps then. I'm going to have to quickly avoid the guy in the blue suit. I've got this kart ahead then, I believe it's kart 7. It's one of the quicker karts out on track. Now, obviously, like I said, I know I'm pretty confident I am going to get pole, and the intention was, even beginning all of this, that I didn't want to start the race on the back of the field. There's a couple of karts out here, this one being kart 7, were quite quick, a lot quicker than I was expecting, so it was giving me a bit of worry to start the race from the back. But we've got to show our dominance then and really shove our kart somewhere where, well, it shouldn't be. That was a pretty ballsy move even for a quote-unquote public session. Yeah, I was quite brave on that one. Didn't think it would stick, but luckily it did. And skipping forward another lap then, we have got ourselves quite a gaggle of karts coming up. So now we're going to have to try and manoeuvre past everyone, and once again try and show our dominance before the race starts, just to put the fear in everyone's minds. And yeah, there's quite a bit of a faff trying to get through everyone. We notice this car in the blue suit then, kart 16, really is showing confidence in that car, so we're going to follow him through everyone just to make our way past everyone. Coming up the ramp then, obviously we need to show how confident we are in a car and absolutely dive it down the inside. Saw that one coming from a mile away, and it was a beautiful move. Once again coming down the inside of that car, kart 11 ahead then. We're going to try and get a switch back up this top section. Doesn't quite work out, so now we're thinking about the down ramp. Put our car on the inside and just get it done by braking way later than car 11. And if we fast forward the footage then to after the double hairpin section, we've got a couple more karts to get past. Come around the outside of the blue suit, and the car ahead's going to get really oversteery, and he's going to stick it on the inside then, come up to some of the final corners, and we're just going to plop it around the outside, coming up the ramp to get another easy overtake done. With one more kart ahead, we can feel another overtake coming in. Once again, this is a qualifying session, but we need to try and see where we can overtake everyone. Try to to set up for another switchback, but they stay around the inside, so it does allow me to go around the outside instead. But once again, we do get the move done nice and swiftly to try and reduce lap times, to obviously try and get that pole position mark that we are after. Kart 2 ahead then is going to come wide. That's basically using the actual racing line, but just because I'm just so much quicker through that top section, and managed to put it on the inside before the down ramp and get that one done. Another slow kart coming up then before the double hairpins. Luckily we could sense it and get it round the outside. So coming up the top ramp then, we are in a yellow flag situation as 3 karts have basically collided with each other. It looks like 2 of them are collided, but one of them just couldn't quite get past, as we're almost at the end of qualifying then. Can we get a few more overtakes in? We've got about 3, 4, 5 karts ahead then, if I can count that. So let's see how quickly we can get past everyone. Get past kart 20 around the outside. Coming on the up ramp, got a few in the red suits. We're going to go on the inside here, get it done nicely. 3 more karts to overtake somehow then, while that kart ahead then was trying to do the overtake. That is the end of qualifying, but because the green flag is still on, we are going to try and overtake as many karts as we can. Get a couple more overtaking then after the checkered flag, as we've got a kart ahead then, does seem a bit quicker than the rest. So let's see what happens here. Go around the inside at the bottom section. Got a couple more karts ahead, but that was the end of qualifying, and I did put it in pole position, so I do ask to start the race from last. So let's see how the race goes. Here we go then, it's time for the 15-minute race, but if you notice the lap counter on the top left there, there's only 13 laps. There's a lot of red and yellows during this race, so I've got a lot of work to catch up to the front 2 right here. And it's lights out and away we go. Instantly get them 2 karts then off the start line, and even get the 2 karts right here. We're up at 4 positions just before the first corner, so we need to work our way through these karts as quickly as we can. We've got kart 15 ahead then. He's going to clip the barrier and send himself pretty sideways, and unfortunately I do collect him from behind. We'll get our first yellow flag of the race as well for that kart on the left hand side. He's found his way into a barrier. I am up into 9th, but during this red flag I do get re-overtaken, so that is back down into 10th position. But about 30 seconds later we're finally back into green flag racing, and of course I've managed to reclaim 9th position pretty easily, so no harm done there. And we've got this nice gaggle of karts here that are all tripping over each other, so managed to take some easy positions then, sort of something you'd expect out of first timers, and of course the first timers also going pretty wide through corners as well. So 6th position then, we're up to out from 15th. Like I say, we need to get past these back markers as soon as we can, but we enter into lap 2 then, and we're having to try and find our way past kart 16 that we're having a bit of trouble with. We're going to try around the outside then up this top section of the track, but it's not quite working so far. But coming down the ramp once again, we're going to try round the outside, which we do manage to take position ever so slightly, but after the ramp we do get 2 positions up. And up ahead then, kart 14 is indeed my manager, so yeah, I had to send him straight into the barrier. He sort of took himself out. There was plenty of time to brake before the barrier, but I am going to claim that as me taking out my manager. So skip forward into lap 4, there's another yellow flag, and that's because 2nd place has taken himself out. Apparently he tried to overtake 1st position, it didn't quite work out, and he did see himself into a barrier. So we're now up in 2nd position, and well, even 2 laps later we're still under yellow flag conditions, and that's because karts are overtaken under yellows. So the black flagging karts, I don't understand why it didn't do this during red flags, but you know, it is what it is. It fortunately is eating into the time a lot. I did try and keep the distance between myself and 1st position the same, as I didn't really want to cheat under the yellow flag conditions, but we're finally back into green flag action on lap 7, and we have got 1st place right in front of us. And as you can see ahead, he is trying to get past the back marker, he's having trouble with it, so we're going to take full advantage of that, go down the inside at the down ramp and claim 1st position. So it's now our turn to try and get past kart 13, full well knowing we've got 2nd place behind us who will attack at any point. As you can just see there, leave the space for him, and now we're side by side down this little bottom section with kart 13, but of course we do eventually get past, luckily without losing 1st, but just because I am in first position right now does not mean this is the end game of the race. So we've got a few more back markers to deal with, and luckily we get past that one pretty swiftly. And skipping forward into lap 9, we've got another back marker right ahead, and we full well know second place is still pretty much right behind us. So we're having to try and get past these back markers as quickly as I can, and down the down ramp, send it down the inside and get the move done. Now coming into lap 10 then, we enter a yellow flag situation. Now this lasts basically a whole lap as we speed up the footage by speeding it up by 10. As we come to the end of lap 10 and into lap 11, this is where it's all going to go downhill a little bit. We're going to green flag racing. As we come around this corner, it's going to go straight back into a yellow flag. But at this point, people are getting pretty annoyed that there's a lot of yellows, and second place does indeed overtake under yellow flags. And I'm going to get overtaken once again under yellow flags on the left hand side. So back into green flag, then we've lost first position, but we can see him ahead. So it is now the goal to get past him. We've got a couple more back markers as well that we're both going to have to navigate past. So hopefully they're going to play a part for me to hopefully get a pretty easy overtake in. Now they're both side by side. Kart 7 then, who is in first place, is going to try and get past Kart 12, but he's not, finding it a bit difficult. But coming up the ramp, I see the gap on the inside, take it as I realise this is a now or never moment. Get first position at back of a 3 wide move coming into that final corner and entering into lap 12. Fantastic move from me, if I do say so myself. But it's not over yet. We've still got some back markers to deal with. Get on the inside of Kart 5, get it done. And we've got our Kart 14 ahead, obviously my manager, who I took out on lap 2. So we're going to try not take him out this time, though he does almost find himself into a barrier once again, leaving the space on the inside and giving the big thumbs up just because, well, I'm a bit of a dickhead and that's something that I'd do. So we've only got one lap left then. We are on lap 13, the final lap. We're almost at victory lane, but there is another 5 minutes of the race and a red flag does occur. Now this red flag goes on for a very long time as someone was stuck in the barrier up in the top bit. So as you can see, 4 minutes later we're finally moving again. We're moving under yellow flags and you can see then the checkered flag is being waved. So yeah, fortunately only 13 laps, but we do indeed win the race. We secure P1 from starting from the back. I hope you did enjoy this one on YouTube. I'm sorry about the cam box footage. I know it's a bit rubbish, the cam box. I'm not a big fan of it myself, but I didn't really fancy bringing the GoPro, so this is what we've got. But I thought it'd make a good video showing me starting at the back and, well, winning the race. First place secured. If you did like this video, please leave a like, comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, please leave subscribe as it is a massive help on the channel. The next few videos then, we are in cars competitively sprinting and competitively racing, so I hope you do enjoy them videos. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next video.